So they'll be calling you a radical, so the judge threw the lawsuit out in SoCal on moving the nuclear waste to Utah. Nobody in Utah gives a fuck. We're going to talk about your favorite subject, kids, nuclear waste. No one cares in Utah, so bring it all here. Might as well just dump it all here because no one cares. One person out there, Kevin Blanch, out in the street we used to meet. That's hate speech. Don't raise your voice. Don't be anti-nuclear. That's hate speech. Don't fight for Mother Earth. That's hate speech. By the way, Stephen Piercy has cancer. Everybody has cancer, but nobody will say anything. Nobody will fight back. Go along, yay. Just keep going the same routine. Not me. I grew up with that dude. Round and round. The nuclear waste. The shell game. Move it here, move it here, move it here. So let's talk about this. Wouldn't listen to him. No, he don't know nothing. He doesn't know anything. Great anti-nuclear. So, nuclear waste. Get it off our place. So, for you in Texas, this is important. Real important for you in Texas. We have the exact identical law that you just passed. Here in Utah and here in Idaho. We have the identical law. San Onofre's nuclear waste is over the state legal limit. How do we know? Because Kevin Blanch, only one that guards the store. The nuclear waste store. Sugar wars, molasses wars, textile wars, cocaine cowboy, plutonium wars. A lot of money in bomb building that we'll never use. A lot of money in nuclear waste storage that the taxpayer funds. Price Anderson, Price Anderson, Price Anderson. New scale. Governor Cox says we're getting in bed with Bill Gates. We're going to nuke Wyoming now. After we got done nuking Idaho, Utah is. They're funding new scale from hell. Why don't we just, we're still fighting over the water on the green to build Blue Castle on the green. Okay. Why don't we start sponsoring the Easter Bunny and Santa Claus? So, the nuclear waste. It's over the state legal limit. They bring it here anyway. It's over the state limit at Idaho, Hunters Point. They bring it there anyway. Patriot Act. So, the San Onofre waste has been prioritized. Mike Levin will give that. I like how they put Gregory Jacko on the committee of San Onofre. When Gregory Jacko cowered down in the corner, was supposed to protect us from the Obama administration on the Fukushima disaster, and he cowered down. I did nothing. Did nothing. I mean, so pathetic. The prioritized, without Kevin Blanch's work, San Onofre never shuts down, which is the greatest accomplishment in grassroots freaking activist history. Oh, it's going to take 50 years to decommission. You'll never get that dry cast out of them spent fuel pools. They did it in a couple years. It's going to cost $1 billion, trillion, gazillion, Google! All done. Under budget. Mike and Gary gets $5 million whistleblower fee when Kevin Blanch is the whistleblower. Freaking Chuck and Nine are rolling with their cans. Where's your soup cans? Get your soup cans. Get out the good one for this. You better get out one of the limited edition ones for this. This is important. We have the sun. That's all we ever needed. It is Utah. It is southern. What's sunnier than Southern California? Utah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I got an argument with a professor. This is a professor, have you? Yesterday. Trying to tell me Persia was the hottest place on earth. I said, no, it's not. It's the Mojave. It's the Mojave right here in the United States. The Western United States is the sunniest place on earth. Hello, right here, Utah, Nevada. But we can't sell back into the grid. California producing 200% more solar a day 200% more solar a day than they can use. So the only journalist that shot the video of both the generator coming here, this is the nuclear waste, toxic place, into the nuclear was the Promised Valley. Now they made the desert bloom, the Mormons. Now they made the desert radioactive for time and all eternity. Toxic poison hellhole. I'm a Mormon boy, 7th generation. All roads lead to Ogden. Nuclear waste all over our place. So here it comes. Nobody in Utah stood up, but they'll sue on the coal plant in Northern California to promote some guy digging coal in southern Utah, which is so radioactive, uranium tailings, downwinders. And this is not hypothesis. This is none of my work is hypothesis. I don't do hypothesis anymore. My hypothesis is already done. I don't do opinion. No, just fact now. Everything I hypothesized in 2011 came true. The Great Pacific Genocide, the greatest PhD in human history. I was in the bone marrow transplant center for a long, long time. LDSE State. This is not an opinion. This is unarguable fact. Southern Utah makes up less than 3% of the Utah population. St. George. We'll give them 5%. We'll give them 10%, which we know it's more like 3. The Wasatch, 3 million people. Southern Utah, Moab, Edward Abion, chemo. On any given day, the LDSE State bone marrow transplant, which serves acute radical leukemia, which is only caused by environmental toxin, radiation, nuclear fallout. Any given day you go in there, well over 50% of people in there are from southern Utah. Another big chunk comes from Arco, Idaho. Radioactive, radioactive. We'll keep imagining dragons, Eastern bunnies, and Santa Claus, and water that doesn't exist. When the reality is right in our face, we don't have to imagine anything. Oh, it's invisible. You can't smell it, you can't touch it, you can't see it. I'm so Utah that I fucking lived in the LDSE State bone marrow transplant. Coming up on 10 years, I just saw a video of Norm at the end of his life. Very disturbing. Very disturbing. McDonald. What a journey. Judge threw it out. Why are we going to give Dolly Parton a mastectomy? That's what they call it in southern Utah, or in Southern California. Why? Leave it there. She's radioactive. They had an accident in January of 2012, January 30th. That was the exact day I went in and out of a coma in the LDSD. I almost died that day. I came really close to passing away that day. Those guys working there are ex-Marines. All of them. They know me. They know me good. They're the ones that leaked it all to me. I leaked it from the bone marrow transplant out to the media and to Kamala Harris when she was the Attorney General, when she cared, because her mother had just passed away from cancer. What? She worked at Livermore, the nuclear lab, bringing star power to Earth. Huh. Guess where Noam lived? Right next to the centrifuge plant in Canada. Yep. Radioactive, radioactive. While you're imagining dragons and Easter Bunny and Santa Claus at water that doesn't exist, Kevin Blanch is in the reality, in the trenches, literally the trenches of Energy Solutions nuclear waste dump site, fighting them off. But you don't care. Standing in Times Square with my sign under Toshiba as the ball dropped. 2011. Nuclear waste all over our place. This is the nuclear waste place. Brigham Young never said that? No, but Governor Herbert did. Brigham Young was the first governor. Governor Cox did. Little Nukie never hurt anyone. New scale from hell. The nuclear freaking toilet. The nuclear outhouse called Utah. Coming to our place. Just so you know, Texas, we have the same law you passed. So does Idaho. They bring it here anyway. Radioactive.